There comes a moment in life when the striving quiets, when what used to matter so much doesn't carry the same weight. You stop sprinting toward the future and instead start paying more attention to what's already here. The conversations, the quiet mornings, the stillness you once tried to outrun. It's a moment that sneaks up on you, maybe after a heartbreak, maybe after a loss, maybe on an ordinary Tuesday when you suddenly realize you've been holding your breath for years. And in that moment, you begin to understand something you couldn't fully grasp before. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about coming home. It's about making peace with what you cannot change and no longer being defined by what you've survived. Letting go, especially as we age, becomes more than a choice. It becomes a way of being. And in that surrender, there is power. There is healing. There is freedom. So what does it actually mean to let go? It's one of those phrases we hear all the time, but few of us are ever really taught how to live it. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean pretending something didn't hurt or brushing pain under the rug. It means choosing not to let those moments control you anymore. It's the difference between carrying a backpack full of bricks and gently placing them down. You're not denying they were there. You're just deciding you don't need to lug them around anymore. Sometimes letting go means allowing yourself to be seen without the armor, without the masks. It's stepping out of the roles you were once praised for, caretaker, provider, perfectionist, and asking, who am I now? Who do I get to become if I'm not constantly proving my worth? Letting go is a kind of trust, trusting that you're still whole, even if you're not holding everything together. It's the art of loosening your grip on what was, to open your hands to what could be. The past is heavy, isn't it? Not just because of the big traumas or dramatic chapters, but because of the small, lingering hurts that never quite got healed. The words you never said, the apologies you never received, the younger version of you who tried so hard and never felt like they were enough. We all carry stories, and for a long time, those stories shape us. But at some point, we realize they're also holding us back. There's a difference between honoring where you've been and being trapped by it. Releasing the past doesn't mean pretending it didn't matter. It means choosing to not let it define the rest of your story. You are allowed to say, yes, that happened, yes, it hurt, but it does not get to own me anymore. And this includes forgiving yourself. Because sometimes what weighs heaviest is the guilt, the shame, the what-ifs that play on repeat in your mind. Aging gives you a new lens, one that says, maybe I did the best I could with what I knew. And now I know more. And now I choose differently. When you release the past, you make space for healing. You make space for softness. You make space for joy that isn't tied to your pain. We love to believe we're in control, that if we plan just right, if we try hard enough, if we care enough, everything will fall into place. But life has a way of teaching us otherwise. Control is comforting. It gives us a sense of safety, of predictability, but it's also exhausting. Because no matter how tightly you hold on, you can't stop time. You can't stop other people from changing or leaving or growing in directions you didn't expect. You can't protect yourself from every loss or every disappointment. Letting go of control doesn't mean letting your life fall apart. It means loosening your grip on the things you were never meant to carry alone. It means accepting that uncertainty is not the enemy. It's part of the dance. It gives you a front row seat to change. You watch your body shift, your relationships evolve, your priorities soften. And if you let it, that can be beautiful. Because in letting go of control, you begin to trust the flow. You begin to live more in the moment, less in the plan. And you start to understand that peace isn't in having everything figured out. It's in learning to be okay even when you don't. We often think that change has to be dramatic to be real. But some of the most powerful moments of letting go are quiet, subtle, gentle. Maybe it's realizing you don't need to respond to every comment, or finally stopping yourself from over-explaining your worth. Maybe it's choosing to walk away from a conversation that no longer feels kind, or waking up one morning and not feeling anger where there used to be a fire. Letting go brings peace, and not the kind you perform for others, but the kind that lets you sleep better. Breathe easier, speak softer. It also brings clarity. You begin to see what really matters, what you want to spend your time on, Who makes you feel seen? What parts of your life deserve your full presence? There's a lightness that comes when you stop holding on to what's already trying to leave. And with that lightness comes a return to yourself. Not the younger version you were trying to preserve, but the wiser, deeper version you've been becoming all along. Letting go is not a single act. It's a practice. And like anything worth doing, it takes time. It takes intention. It takes patience with yourself. Maybe it begins with breath, with noticing when your body tenses, when your thoughts spiral, when your heart clings, and then gently, kindly, asking yourself, can I release this? It might come through journaling, writing down what you're afraid to say out loud, giving your pain a place to go so it doesn't stay lodged inside of you. Or maybe it's found in movement, in walking, stretching, dancing your way back into your body. Therapy can help. So can meditation. So can talking to someone who doesn't try to fix you, but just listens. Faith can play a role too, or simply the decision to believe that life is unfolding in your favor, even when you don't understand it yet. Some days you'll let go with ease. Other days you'll cling again. That's okay. Letting go isn't linear. It's layered. It's gentle. It's a lifelong invitation to return, again and again, to what feels real and right and free. We live in a world that often treats aging like a loss, like you're fading, like you're becoming less relevant, less beautiful, less worthy. But the truth is, aging is an invitation to deeper peace, to fuller presence, to living more honestly and more freely than ever before. When you let go of who you think you were supposed to be, you make room for who you truly are. You get to ask yourself, what kind of life do I want now? What kind of love? What kind of rhythm? There is something sacred about no longer needing to prove anything, about not chasing approval or perfection, about realizing that presence matters more than performance. Aging isn't about diminishing, it's about distilling, about knowing what truly matters and giving your heart to that. You've earned your softness. You've earned your wisdom. You've earned the right to let go of anything that no longer feels true and to embrace the quiet, expansive beauty of who you are now. One of the hardest places to let go is in our relationships. The people we love most are often the ones we try hardest to hold on to protect, to guide, to fix. But part of growing older, part of maturing emotionally, is realizing that love isn't about control. It's about presence. It's about space. Maybe it's your children. You raised them. You worried for them. You gave your life to them. And now they're adults, making choices you wouldn't make, becoming people you don't always recognize. It's tempting to step in, to hold tighter, to correct their path. But letting go here means trusting that you've planted enough, that your love still lives in them, even if they're walking a road you wouldn't choose. Or maybe it's friendships that are changing. People who once felt like home now feel distant. Conversations don't flow the same. It hurts. It's confusing. But sometimes letting go is honoring the season that was and accepting that not every connection is meant to last forever. And then there are the people we've lost by death, by conflict, by slow fading. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting them. It means releasing the need to make it make sense. It means allowing yourself to grieve without guilt, to love them still without needing to hold them. In all relationships, letting go is not walking away. It's walking forward. It's saying, I will carry love, not control. I will carry memory, not resentment. And I will keep my heart open to new connections, even after it's been broken. At some point, we start thinking more about what we're leaving behind, not just in material things, but in how we've lived, in how we've loved, in the way we've made others feel. Legacy isn't about trophies or titles. It's not about how many people knew your name. It's about how deeply you lived your truth. It's about the kindness you offered when no one was watching, the lessons you passed on without even realizing it, the way your presence made others feel seen. And here's the truth. Letting go helps you shape a more meaningful legacy, because when you're not bogged down by resentment or regret, you live lighter. You speak clearer. You love with fewer conditions. Letting go of needing to be understood. Letting go of needing to be right. Letting go of the fear that you haven't done enough. When you release those things, you make space for the values that really matter to shine through: integrity, compassion, simplicity, grace. You don't have to be perfect to leave something beautiful behind. You just have to be real, to live aligned with what matters most. And often that means choosing peace over pride, presence over performance, connection over control. The legacy you leave isn't in what you held on to. If this spoke to you, I'd love for you to be part of this growing community. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. This space is for healing, for reflection, for real connection. Thank you for being here.